got thieves and thieves. Oh yeah, skyline the nation with guns and ammunition. Police and thieves and thieves. Skyline the nation with guns and ammunition.
Oh man, that's the Clash attempting to do Police and Thieves. Now there's a very good version of that, Police and Thieves. This is 1980 Capitol Theater. Passaic, New Jersey. Wow. The Clash. That was kind of a shitty rendition of Police and Thieves, but they do a very good version, a very good studio version, which brings us to our report today. Police and thieves in the street, fighting the nation with their guns and ammunition. Just exposing some shenanigans that are going on at our highest levels of politics. Right? Pompeo lying again. Mike Pompeo, Trump's main swamp creature, lying his ass off. Caught lying his ass off. Conte catching him lying his fucking ass off regarding Venezuela. Watch this. Watch what he says. Watch what he says. Listen.
I want to thank and congratulate Juan Guaido on his re-election as the
One more time.
And congratulate Juan Guaido on his re-election as the president of Venezuela National Assembly, a legitimate re-election by a quorum of 100 deputies. The Maduro regime's campaign of arrests, intimidation, and bribery could not derail Venezuelan democracy, nor could its use of military forces to physically bar the National Assembly from accessing the parliament building.
So what he said is that Juan Guaido, the CIA insert in Venezuela to overthrow Maduro, was duly elected. Listen to him again. Listen to what he says. The liar, the cheater, the stealer, Mike Pompeo, because this is good.
I want to thank and congratulate Juan Guaido on his re-election as the president of Venezuela National Assembly,
I want to thank Juan Guaido on his re-election. Okay, let's hold that thought. So, here's what's really going on. Check this shit out, right? Listen to
Slide into economic disaster accelerates. Major political upheaval continues to roil the nation. The opposition to President Nicolas Maduro took another hit in the National Assembly yesterday, and the leading opposition figure found himself literally on the outside looking in. With support from the Pulitzer Center, special correspondent Marcia Biggs reports from Caracas.
Chaos in Venezuela's National Assembly for a vote that was supposed to be a foregone conclusion. Lawmakers had gathered for the annual election of new leadership in parliament. And the projected favorite? Incumbent Speaker Juan Guaido, who last year declared the presidency of Nicolas Maduro illegitimate. Invoking the Constitution, he claimed his role as de facto president and won the support of 58 countries around the world, including the U.S.
He won the support of 58 countries around the world, including the U.S., but he couldn't win the support of his own people.
But he's failed to take control of the country. The vote stalled for hours yesterday, and tempers flared as members of parliament waited for Guaido's arrival.
As members of Congress waited, as members of parliament waited for Juan Guaido's appearance. That's important, right? So why wasn't he there? Why wasn't Juan Guaido there for the vote? Right? Listen to the rationale. This is mainstream media, and then we're going to listen to an actual report by the Gray Zone, who actually have the actual evidence of what happened. But listen to the mainstream media. You heard Pompeo say that he was reelected. Now we're hearing something else.
As National Guard troops blocked his entrance.
The National Guard troops blocked his entrance. False. They did not block his entrance, as you're going to see.
Then, without him, a faction of supporters loyal to Maduro seized the floor. And by a quick show of hands and no formal vote, they declared a winner. And that's when
What is a formal vote? They voted.
Chaos erupted, both inside and out.
It's been an incredible scene here. We're standing out in front of the National Assembly Palace where Guaido was just voted out, but only...
But wait a second. I thought Pompeo said he got voted in. Let's listen again.
And congratulate Juan Guaido on his re-election as the president of Venezuela National Assembly, a legitimate re-election.
God damn it. It's unbelievable. We're getting lied to again.
Because he was stuck outside the gate with his supporters unable to get in to vote. The National Guard holding him back.
Supporters of Guaido rushed the gate, screaming that the country had become a dictatorship.
Absolutely fake. This is all fake. Check this shit out. It's all fake.
Guaido himself even tried to jump the fence, with troops beating him back. Meanwhile, the National
Unbelievable. You just saw that? So Juan Guaido, he's jumping the fence. Check his shit out.
Guaido rushed the gate, screaming that the country had become a dictatorship.
He knew he didn't have the votes. All right, I'll give it away. He knew he didn't have the votes, so they staged this outside of the parliament in Caracas, right? So, because he can't win, so now he's trying to say that they locked him out of parliament. And as you're going to see, that's just not the case. Watch.
Guaido himself even tried to jump the fence, with troops beating him back. Meanwhile, the
Because he didn't use the front door. Get off the fence, you idiot.
National Assembly dispersed, with their newly elected leader, this man, Luis Parra, an opposition member willing to negotiate with Maduro. The U.S. was quick to condemn the election, but President Maduro seized on the results.
The National Assembly has made a decision, and there is a new leadership group from the opposition headed by Congressman Luis Parra from the First Justice Party.
So that should be the end of it, right? The parliament votes, right? That should be the end of it. But why is Pompeo on TV? Why is Pompeo running clips saying that the other guy won? That Guaido won? It's so shady.
Outside the palace, Maduro's supporters rallied.
All right, so that's the mainstream media. There's a couple of incorrect parts there that you're going to see in a second. That, first of all, Juan Guaido was not blocked from entrance. He knew he didn't have the votes, so he staged a jump over the fence shit while everybody inside, they caused chaos because he didn't come into the building to get voted out. So listen to this report by the Gray Zone. Check this out.
National Assembly came to an end on Sunday, January 5th. Guaido had hoped to extend his reign beyond the legally mandated year-long term limit. However, after it became clear that he did not have enough votes to win, the rookie politician actually attempted to jump the fence surrounding Venezuela's legislature in order to make it appear as though the government had prevented him from entering.
What a fucking sham, right? Now, is it true? Where's the evidence that he could have gotten into the building, right? That's what we want to see. Where is the actual evidence? See, this is why independent reporting is so important. This is why you have to fund and give to independent reporters like these guys, like the Gray Zone, guys like me that are going to echo it and catch Pompeo lying.
Guaido could have entered the building through the front door, as other diputados did. One opposition lawmaker told reporters most were able to enter without incident.
Solamente Calzadilla, tenemos el caso del diputado de Amazonas que no los han dejado entrar.
So only a handful, Calzadilla from the Amazon was not allowed in. Other than that, everyone else got in. Everyone else got in.
De resto, todos hemos entrado. Están los respectivos suplentes de algunos de los diputados. Por ejemplo, está Gilbert, es un suplente del Estado Zulia que está cumpliendo aquí sus funciones. Está el caso concreto, por ejemplo, de Carmen Cívole, ella es suplente, está sustituyendo precisamente a Carlos Paparoni.
Carlo Pepperoni, I love that guy. I mean,
Si nosotros tenemos todo bien,
we have it all precisely done.
bien precisado.
Yet Guaido repeatedly attempted to enter the building alongside lawmakers who had been banned from the National Assembly over their alleged involvement in criminal activity.
So he surrounded himself with criminals, criminal activity guys, and then he tries to enter the building, and those guys weren't allowed in, but he was allowed in. He could have walked in and faced the vote, but he didn't. You are accompanied by members who have been disqualified, and you know it. Don't even reply, Guaido. Don't even reply. Either we all go in or no one goes in. So this is staged. Okay, so move the disqualified congressman aside. Guaido, no, because he is coming in with us. Wait, I just want to read it because it's moving really fast.
Alleged involvement in criminal activity.
Okay, so move the disqualified congressman apart. No, because he's coming in with us. We would have to ask about that, guard. We would have to ask about that. Guaido, consult if you want, but he is coming in. Never mind you. Guard, in the meantime, the rest of you can get in. There it is. There's the evidence. In the meantime, the rest of you can get in. No one is going in until we let a disqualified congressman get in with us.
Luis.
So there it is. There's the evidence, right? Thank you, Gray Zone, for finding that for us. So where is the bullshit? How is, again, let's listen to Pompeo. Pompeo, the fucking lying, cheating scumbag.
I want to thank and congratulate Juan Guaido on his re-election as the president of Venezuela National Assembly, a legitimate re-election by a quorum of 100 deputies.
Wow, we are living in troubled times. We are living in troubled times, right? So the guy wins by a show of hands. He couldn't get in the building, he claims, but he could get in the building.
Parra, who was elected as the new president of the National Assembly, claims Guaido staged the incident because he did not have enough votes to win.
El diputado Henry Ramos Alú, el diputado Edgar Zambrano, el diputado Carlos Prosperi, Stalin González, que son parte de la cúpula de esos partidos del G4.
So he's saying each of them higher ups from the respective political parties and also members of the G4 alliance, they were all there.
Que estaban allí. Él no
Guaido didn't get inside simply because he did not have the votes to get reelected.
entró sencillamente porque no tenía los votos.
U.S.-backed Venezuelan coup officials, such as Guaido's so-called ambassador to Washington, Carlos Vecchio, shared video of the day's events, claiming it depicted a valiant Guaido overcoming government repression. U.S. Acting Undersecretary of State for Western Hemisphere Affairs, Michael Kozak, tweeted shortly after the melee, claiming, quote, Juan Guaido remains Venezuela's interim president under its constitution. This morning's phony National Assembly session lacked a legal quorum. There was no vote.
How is it lacked the legal quorum, Mr. Kozak? It does have the legal quorum. It's their country voting. Wow.
Yet at least 140 out of Venezuela's 167 legislators were present at the meeting, well
140 out of 67.
Above the 50% required for a legal quorum. 81 of them voted to install Parra, a legislator from the U.S.-backed Primero Justicia party, as president of the National Assembly, officially putting Guaido's rule to an end. Still, Guaido.
There you go. Juan Guaido has been reelected as president of the National Assembly in an extraordinary session of the and held at the Il Nacional offices in Caracas. Guaido has the vote of 100 AN deputies, which is an overwhelming majority. Yeah, where?
Held his own swearing-in ceremony at the offices of El Nacional, an opposition-owned newspaper.
So he held his own election at a newspaper, went around Congress, went around their own establishment.
In order to keep up appearances. Considering the U.S. has cited his control of Venezuela's National Assembly as the legal justification for its recognition of Guaido as president of the entire country, these developments are perhaps the most fatal blow dealt to the Trump administration's coup policy to date.
So there you go. So right there, I'll just end it right there. So Mark Conte reporting on the shenanigans that are that is our foreign policy. Now, we were told that in Venezuela, it's socialism. They're eating their dogs. They're living in poverty. Maduro's a brutal dictator. But upon further evaluation, they have a fucked up economy. But they don't have a fraction of the things that people are saying that are going on in the country. In fact, people are well fed. They have food programs. They have programs for housing. Transportation is free. Gasoline for cars is free. They have things that work, and they have also things that don't work. But nonetheless, we have our politicians. You see how the thing is rigged, right? In cahoots, 100%. Guaido could have got in there and faced the music and lost the election, but instead he stages some kind of bullshit out front because he knows he doesn't have the election. He doesn't have enough votes to win, so he's politicking outside the door. So we busted him, man. It's police, police and thieves, man. Fucking
Next generation.